champion is the queen, Kiki Hardbody, and today we will be discussing Massacre 3.
Yes.
We had Pat Stay versus Bigg K, which was apparently the battle of the night. So before I give my input, Tech 9, how do you feel about that battle?
It was the main event. I wouldn't say it was the battle.
Right, that's why I said apparently it was
the main event. The battle overall, it was a one-sided battle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And we've all seen the one-sided battles.
Okay.
We've all seen the games where the team's up 40 points. Your team, doesn't matter if it's your team or another team. What do? You continue to do something else. You go outside, you call your best friend, you make your phone calls, you make your rounds, but you're not watching it.
Right.
I wouldn't stop the microwave for this because of the one-sided fact that because Pat Stay was just regular Pat Stay this battle, if we just gonna be honest here, he didn't go over the top. He didn't wow you at any moment. He was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way he could have made it interesting if he was over funny, like funny. Because when he started out with, he opens up with Bigg K spelled with two J's.
He starts with a lot of humor.
Unique. How do you sleep?
Yeah.
Ooh wee! I'm laughing.
Yeah,
I'm like,
It was funny.
I'm telling you, it was very
It wasn't
funny.
bars, but it was funny.
He said the pistol whip, you get the short end of the stick like I ripped you off. That was nice. You okay there, bro? What you angry? You an angry baseball coach? Very humorous. He was really funny again.
Yeah.
Clip longer than the pimp nails. Then I'm switching up the K like a crip well. That was hot, but overall it was just a few bars. But overall his comedy outshadowed the fact that we're here to rap. Like I said,
it wasn't enough.
His whole first round was very beatable, period.
And the only way you win a battle with comedy is you have to be naturally funny. You cannot try.
So you feel like he tried too hard to be funny?
He didn't try, but it wasn't historical. Like I wasn't laughing from crying and replaying it back. Like people have made me laugh over and over where I have to keep playing it back because it's that funny. I didn't have to play anything back. It was funny, but it wasn't. I didn't play it back.
Okay.
So I felt like that was the difference between this battle, or it could have made it a.
And I think we'll touch on in terms of being funny. I feel like when you're funny, you got to kind of punch with being funny too. Bigg K versus JC third round. Bigg K is hilarious.
Hilarious. Yes,
and he's also hurting JC in the process.
Yeah, he is.
I felt like Pat Stay was being funny, but he wasn't.
It wasn't hitting. No.
I'm laughing,
but it wasn't like I'm laughing, but it didn't hit hard. So
you ain't doing no real damage.
Right.
No.
It was a very beatable round.
But my initial thoughts on the battle is Pat Stay. Let me use some motivation, Pat Stay, because 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, you was a god. Toronto, you do this. I shut up. So I'm like, he said quiet.
He started already.
You know what I mean? Now when you do this, I'm still talking. You know what I mean? No offense, Pat.
You still checking your Instagram
I'm still
messages?
talking.
You still on your lives?
It's not the same effect. Because your last few battles, you haven't been there. And to have Bigg K, we're gonna go through the rounds by rounds, but everyone knows this is a clear 3-0. Like a mismatch on that stage. Mm-hmm. You gotta do better.
You gotta do better.
To me, I never thought I'd be coming to Pat Stay and saying you gotta get back to your old ways. Clearly, and listen, I'm looking at Pat Stay versus Disaster and how he came across in that, and so I'm wondering now: are you the man outside of Toronto? Because this was in Boston. This was in Worcester. This wasn't even in.
It wasn't in Canada.
It wasn't in Canada.
Right. It was in Massachusetts.
Bigg K clear though.
So we're gonna go through the rounds. I already gave you Pat Stay bars round one. Let's go to Bigg K. Calico scared him so much he went and got a personal trainer. You all looking real buff on that stage, Pat Stay. I don't know. Did Calico put the heebie-jeebies in you? I don't know. But you start hitting the weights. But weights don't hit back.
Yeah.
That was hot.
That bar
was hot. Weights don't hit back. Hit me with your best shot. Pat Benatar, baby.
Yeah.
That was fire. Get your mind right. I Memphis Bleekum. Shouldn't even been on the bill. I impeach him.
Yeah.
President Clinton.
His whole first round.
That was fire. I'm hitting every 2 bar like Rudy Face. That was fire. Like Rudy Face, the mask, whatever. He said to your conglomerate, it's crack out of town, it's baking soda. That was a hot line. He said you criticize a way of life that you never had to live. Basically saying, Pat, you ain't even a G. He calling you out.
Yeah.
You criticizing a life you ain't never had to live. It was roses and bubbles.
Yeah.
You know, your lawn was getting mowed every week on around the clock. The flowers, daisies, everything's looking
So
nice.
what he's rapping about is not solidified.
No, quiet neighbors.
And that's the thing. If you go back to UW, what was it, Pat Stay versus DNA? He made, I still thought, I forgot who I had winning, but Pat Stay made DNA look away. Now we fast forward to this battle. Big K is making you look away.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yes.
Roll reverse.
How the table turned.
Round 1, clearly Big K.
Facts.
Jumping into round 2, which was probably Pat Stay's worst round of the night. Very sloppy. I've only got 2 lines here for him. He said, if hands go up, I'm punching on them like GoldenEye. I'll do Kenneth Cole like the clothing line. Oh, it's okay. Talking to Big K about bragging about jail in every battle. He was talking about Big K about how Big K's boasting about him being in jail. But overall, very poor round from Pat Stay. Sloppy. Seemed like he couldn't remember his rhymes. He started, slowed down. It was just all over the place. Horrible round. Big K comes out back where he started, picking up where he left off, on fire. He did a Pat Stay impersonation. Very good. Very,
That was
very
funny.
good. He said, you such a real dude, but you got fake teeth. You could have paid me new choppers in your mouth. I do it for way cheap. That was nice.
That was heavy.
That was nice.
Yeah,
that
was
me.
nice.
That was a showstopper right there.
It definitely was. Barbershop, put the cape around your neck and play Wigger music. That was hot. Big K had a lot of other rounds. I was exhausted. I don't have that many lines in that round, but he had a lot of lines. Big K won that round clearly again. Round 2, picking up where he left off. It's not even up for debate.
Big K was very consistent from round 1 to round 2. Period.
Yes, he was.
Very solid.
You want to elaborate on this round?
This was, I keep going back to this, was King of Dot's champion at one point.
Yeah.
For 2 years. Reigning champion.
He's looking a little.
He was the face of King of the Dot.
Yeah.
When you think about King of the Dot, you think about Sharon and Pat Stay, or Pat Stay first. And Pat Stay beat Sharon.
Facts.
And we're here, we're breaking this down like it's a eulogy, like it's a funeral. Yeah. And it's clear.
This is a different Pat. This is not
clear.
the same Pat like we said a few years ago.
I will say this. I do my research and I'm a fan of these guys. I'm a fan of Pat Stay. I follow him on Twitter and all that. I follow him on Instagram. He got a baby on the way, so maybe that took away from
I was gonna say
and Big King got into that in the 3rd round, but maybe that took away from his writing. But I don't know.
You were getting a different type of emotion, a different.
I don't want.
There's no excuses. Go ahead.
I don't want to get in people's minds.
Yeah.
And do that. But what I can say is, having a baby the same day and having a baby on the way is 2 different things.
Okay.
When you're having a baby on the way, you're excited. I can go back to when my daughter's mother was pregnant. I was in a happy mood. When you're happy, you perform well.
Okay.
So having a baby on the way would be
not a negative.
And he appears to be happy because he posts his pictures and videos, so it's not like he's in a depressed type
It
mood.
would put you in a better mood to maybe write better material. So I don't buy that.
Okay.
I'm not buying that at all.
Yeah.
So,
But I was definitely thinking that.
maybe
too.
the weights fell on him while he was training, something of that nature. But I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that.
Congratulations, by the way, Pat.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
the
Blessings
baby's-
to the family.
It
Had a
should be
healthy
out
baby.
soon.
Yeah, congratulations,
Congratulations.
sir. Is this his first baby?
I don't
think
know. I don't follow that.
second. No, I think he has.
Second.
I think he has an older daughter.
He has an older. Oh, come on.
So that
He should be used to it. It's not his first though.
Stop
I think he has an older
Stop it,
daughter.
Stay. Stop it.
Pat.
So Pat comes in the 3rd round. He's a little bit better this round, but he said you go without sunscreen and your life's in jeopardy. Leave his head red like telepathy. That was fire.
Yeah.
Reason why I get paid the most and I always be the main event. He starts talking about why he's Pat Stay, why he's been the King of the Dot champion, why he gets paid the most.
Yeah.
I thought that was you.
But he didn't perform like it. You said
No.
that's why.
He's saying all of this,
saying all
but he
this
wasn't
shit.
performing like he was the champ.
No.
Exactly.
No. The darker the room, the more sideways his hat gets. That was okay. But definitely another awful round for Pat Stay, which pretty much summed up his whole approach to this battle.
Yeah.
Awful. He took an awful approach. There were no angles on Big K.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing new that we heard that people haven't said to Big K. Very bad performance for Pat Stay. And I'm starting to question why he was even the King of the Dot champion. That's how bad he looked.
This wasn't a great performance.
If I'm showing this to someone who's not familiar with everybody in battle rap,
Yeah.
and I'm saying this guy was the King of the Dot champion. He held the title for 2x amount of years. He's the highest paid battle rap on King of the Dot. They've never seen him, and I put this battle on let them watch this, and they've never heard Pat Stay in their life. They would think everything I said in my mouth was a lie. I'm a joke. My credibility is no longer. I have no credibility with them when it comes to battle rap.
And people got to realize this, whether you like to admit it or not, the culture is getting bigger and bigger every day. Slightly by 1 fan, by 20 fans, probably by 100 fans. They come in and they watch this battle. So you saying all that in the third round, I used to be this. They want to see it now. They're not going to. They don't care about what happened before. They're not going to travel back to 2 years.
Exactly.
So when you got the new fans disrespecting you, this is why. Yeah. Your up to date battles got to be good too. Period.
Yes. And fans are so wishy-washy. They love you 1 minute, they hate you the next minute. Yeah. You have to always be on go for them. Yeah. Period. Fans, you just never know how they're gonna react. And Pat Stay didn't deliver completely like how he usually do.
The fans are, what have you done for me lately?
Exactly.
It's always been that way. What have you done for me lately? There are certain people who have done so well in their career that they get a pass. But that pass expires.
Yeah. Right.
And when it expires,
it's like a 2 year pass.
You have to prove yourself all over again. You have to rebirth all over again.
Look at Mook. It expired, bro. Come we go. You gotta get it right now. Do something.
They're tired of it. So to bring you down to the bottom, Bigg K back picking up where he left off. Try your luck. Every day someone dies. There's no pity, Pat. That was hot. Get a rack for the Luger. That's the total package. Going back to wrestling bars, very good. He was drunk. Took 100 shots like young Dolph Truck. That was okay.
That was cool.
This thing he did. I heard it. That's why I said it was okay. It was okay. It was
a lot of people. I was thinking I heard it. I was couldn't pinpoint who though.
I thought it
was the 2-on-2, the DMV.
Right. Okay.
That situation happened a long time ago.
Yeah. Right.
So it happened last year sometime. It was okay. Dissing King of the Dot. Disrespecting the chain, saying he doesn't wear fake jewelry. It would turn green around his neck. I thought that was okay. I mean, you're disrespecting King of the Dot. A lot of people do that when they're. I don't understand what was his reason for doing that. But
Organic said, "Why do you?" And if you pay attention to the audio, he says, "Why do you hate me so much?" When he walked up,
they were walking. Yeah, you can't.
I heard. I pay attention.
I pay attention to everything.
Yeah, listen. I pay attention, bro.
I didn't catch that.
So
listen, when you go to it, it's like you know when you gripping people up or whatever and you dapping them up, like whisper. Yeah.
So damn.
I don't know.
I don't know why you took that approach, Bigg K, but it definitely hurt King of the Dot. You know what I mean? You got the chain looking a certain way now.
Yeah.
I'm still looking forward to Head Ice versus whoever at World Dime, but you do. Put that vibe in the air. It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, he said talked about Pat Stay disrespecting kids and he helps Pat Kids comes out healthy and he gives them big hugs and kisses because basically saying he disrespects other kids, but he's not gonna. He's not. You disrespect other people's kids, but I'm not gonna disrespect your kid.
I like that.
I hope your kid comes out healthy, which was very classy, and you give it hugs and kisses. That was really good. So
that put me over.
Yeah, I'm giving Bigg K points for that.
Yeah, I did too. That put me over the edge.
That because I was like, where's he going with this? And then when he finally got to the end, the moral of what he was saying, it was very dope.
Right.
Overall, flawless victory for Bigg K. Bigg K has definitely been doing very well this year. He's been. We seen what he did with JC.
Yep.
He made JC look like. And now JC's picking it back up, but he made JC look like he was just a regular Joe.
That Lux talks out the window when Bigg K on the scene. So
you're a baby, and he had an old, he had a whole angle for him. Bigg K to me is trying to. He's on the pace to be in the conversation for Battle of the Year.
Okay.
To me, and it's. I'm starting to get a picture in my head now. I've got about 4 or 5 names already on the list. But what I will say is, Pat Stay, I don't know. You just said it. You got to do better. You have to do better, sir. Yeah. Or if you're retiring, if you're on your way out, let us know now.
Give us a heads up.
Let me know now so I know not to pay for the pay-per-view when you're on there because
it's gonna be subpar.
You totally wasted my time.
Yeah.
I don't. If you're doing another battle, let me know if you're playing around because I won't watch the battle.
Disaster versus Hollow. Disaster says, I owe you guys one. So, Pat Stay, your next battle, your first word should be, I owe you guys a performance.
Yeah.
Now, we got to get to the dark side of the recap, or the review, excuse me.
Let's get to it.
The third round, I think Pat Stay said this, and I don't think Pat Stay is a racist at all. It's cringeworthy. He's fluffy lips for trying to act black.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't use stuff like that. That's cringeworthy. When I'm a fan of you, it hurts me. It hurts my heart.
When certain things are being said.
You say certain things like that. It takes away from your round. It takes away from my opinion of you. You know what I mean? On top of that, Bigg K, I think it's in 29 minutes and 30-something seconds. Bigg K briefly used the N-word. So you need
No,
crazy.
I heard it.
I heard something like that. I think he tried to fix it, so it's kind of muffled. It's not 100% sure he's in that word.
I thought Big K was black. I thought he was black.
But then he said wigger in the round. It was kind of.
I don't think that was intentional, but
it's certain people that have been around the hood so much
they just say it so nonchalantly, but they try to, when you're on camera, they try not to say it.
If you're a white boy and you're from the hood and you're around the hood and you hear that word all the time, it's going to come out every now and then.
But is it acceptable? It's like this conversation can go on for 30 minutes to an hour.
It's telling you, there's always an exception to the rule. I went to school with a white boy that grew up in the hood. He's from the neighborhood. He used to say the word. No one jumped on him because
they knew it wasn't
from the streets, and he would bust your behind in a heartbeat. So I think there's an exception to the rules only if you were brought up in the environment. Like if you had a stepdad, he was black, and y'all, something like that.
Or you might be half black.
If you grew up around our culture, then of course, Big K. I thought if I play Big K's battles without looking at the battle,
you would think
I'm thinking he's a black guy.
Seriously,
he sounds black. So I didn't take any offense to it. I did take offense to when Pat Stay said swell up your lip for trying to act black. What do you mean? So you gonna bust his lip now because he acting black? What you mean? I swell up your lip for trying to act white. If I say that, what am I talking about?
I didn't like that. Try your best to help them. Just kind of enforce it. Not enforce it, but say like, listen, certain lines.
Educate them on what it is because they know coming in to the situation.
And it's not. And where we at in 2017 with the white supremacists walking around.
It's just so much.
The momentum with that is
it's not
That's what I'm trying to be quiet, but I can go in for a good 30 minutes.
We know.
I can link the two situations and
not good.
Get into the African. I can do that.
And
try my best to be quiet.
And to put on top of that, you had a horrible battle, and you're saying stuff like that. You just look.
It just make it look bad.
Like, this is one of those battles. Like if you're a battle rapper, if Pat Stay wants to hit the delete button and delete this from the files. He wants this to get vaulted. Of course he can't. But this was horrible, and this was the main event.
Not to me.
This wasn't a main event at all.
You're the main event, Pat Stay. Pat Stay, you have to find a way to get back in good spirits with the fans. Because right now you're losing them by the thousands. Your fans, your stock dropped once Calico got up in your face and pressed you.
Yeah.
That's when your stock dropped.
After that, it was like...
Because you were known for being
He was a tough guy.
You was a tough guy. You was all up in everybody's face. Everybody, when you was home.
They got mad at me when I said this stuff. Like, I literally, when I say stuff, I don't just say stuff. I give facts to the situation. Pat Stay lift up people before. He wet willy people.
See?
He literally put his hands on people.
That's what I'm saying. So like, come on, don't get mad at me when I bring up with Calico. Like,
And Cal didn't even OD with it. He didn't
Calico was all up in your face. And you could have swelled up his lip for trying to act black. And it wasn't happening.
And he actually is black.
Wasn't happening there. Calico was all up in your grill, and you looked like a scared little boy.
Oh my goodness.
Who was scared of getting this behind whooped because you know you did something wrong in school. And daddy was coming to whoop that behind. And Calico was all up in your grill. So where was all that then? Where was all of it then? You know what I mean? We got to call a spade, Pat.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're gonna do to get in the good, because ever since that battle, you've been on a decline. You've been on. I don't even know why they booked you for the main event. There's more decent guys out King of the Dot that could have battled Big K.
They could have.
So with this battle right here in Pat Stay's career, like at a standstill, because that's basically what we all agree upon.
It's dropping, but
okay, it's not at a standstill.
It's going down after this battle.
It's dropping.
It's going down.
What can he do? What can Pat Stay do? Or who can he battle to help bring him back where he needs to be?
Well, it's not about who you battle sometimes. They got a lot of people on the roster they can feed into, but Kiki just said last video, you said, I think you said it, what have you done for
lately?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, the next World Domination comes up, be on a card, be on a mid-range, don't main event, don't put him as a main event. Like, me and Tech Nine's you promote the winners. So he lost this one clearly. He should be on the lower end of the card, middle of the card at best, and do work. That's simple. That's what he has to do next.
Show him proof.
I'm not mad at Pat Stay versus Shotty P.
No.
Pat Stay versus Peanut. I'm not mad at any of those matches.
No.
And do work.
Yeah.
To get back on our good graces.
I'm not going to sit here and slander Pat Stay. We already know he's great.
Yeah.
He was a King of the Dot champion for a reason. He did when he was kicking behind back in the day. He really was kicking some behind.
Yeah, he has a solidified spot, but
he
now
really can rap. Like, he really can rap. I like people that really can rap, and he's one of those people that can really rap. But he did not rap.
He had too many jokes. He was just too humorous.
No,
that's him, but I think it was just too much for me.
Yeah, because what he does, he's very aggressive in the first round, and then the second round he jokes. In the third round, so
it
strong
was
angle.
Reverse.
He didn't do that. This
yeah,
time.
it wasn't.
He didn't even go to his own template. Like, it's crazy.
No.
I got Big. I think everyone.
Why are we even?
Everybody got Big K 3-0. I got Big K 3-0. Clearly.
Clearly.
Champion.